Hey guys, Josh here, back at a brand new video. Today we are here on F1 2015 for our first video and our first race on this brand new Formula 1 game. Of course, the first Codemasters F1 games on the next gen consoles. We are here then driving with the pad on the Xbox One in full glorious HD for you guys to enjoy. Graphically, F1 2015 looks absolutely superb. And you can see then, just about to come up with the new grid intros, you can see who failed to make the top 10 in qualifying. Of course, qualifying is just being simulated for this race. Just a quick 3-lap race just to, get an eye in for this game. Of course, we haven't got the day one patch released yet for Xbox One. I'm guessing that's going to be coming tomorrow, of course, as it is, of course, titled the day one patch. So we should be getting on Xbox One tomorrow, and that will basically mean that we get the updated McLaren livery and, of course, the two Manor Marussia cars, most importantly. Anyway, we have 5 lights then out, and we are a go then with Carlos Sainz Jr. in his Toro Rosso. We seem to have got off to a pretty decent start, but so the AI, it seems, is going down into this next corner where you can make a lot of overtakes. AI a bit slow there, which is a bit of a shame to see, but we're making our way up nicely now, up into 9th place here. No, actually make that 10th. We haven't quite managed to cut past the Sauber of Marcus Ericsson. Of course, driving Carlos Sainz Jr. would have liked to do a career mode with him, but I did notice a couple of people have already kind of decided to do career modes with him, so I decided to do one with Sergio Perez. Force India, in my opinion, looks absolutely brilliant on board, and also Force India, one of my favourite teams, so certainly a logical choice in Sergio Perez as well. He's definitely one of my favourite drivers, and as I mentioned, Force India, easily my favourite team. And you can see they had a brilliant battle there with Marcus Ericsson, something you would have not have seen in the previous F1 games. And look at this, Nasr and Bottas running wheel to wheel. Fantastic to see the AI managing to do this. Certainly on the first lap, AI definitely looking a lot better. And even other videos I've seen, the AI seem even better than they are, in this race on the opening lap. Probably depending on the track, how aggressive the AI are, depending on the type of track and just the first few corners of, the circuit. But it looks like, Nasr's just thinking about making a move possibly, but should we run wide there? So that might give him the opportunity to have a look into this next corner. But we seem to have held the position pretty nicely. Of course, not really where Toro Rosso should be, around really 8th kind of place, and it's pretty amazing, but we haven't broken down yet, of course, with that Renault engine. I'm not sure how realistic it's going to be between the engine manufacturers, in terms of, first of all, reliability, and second of all, just kind of overall performance and kind of straight line speed. I really hope it is realistic. That'd be very, very nice to see, unless, of course, you're driving a Renault or, a Honda-powered car, but, certainly realism, I think, is definitely the way to go. Over kind of just pleasing everyone. Certainly in my opinion anyway. I know you've got to have some features in there that are going to please people, but you've got to have a good, elements of realism put in there as well. I'm really hoping this is going to be a success, this game. First impressions, it's pretty nice. As I mentioned, I'm on the pad, so let's just hope there's no difference between the pad and the wheel. And you can see that AI very, very slow there, and we managed to make the move, but no, we haven't, as we've gone off the track. But we're just going to maintain that position, are we? Or look at this, Bottas coming up our inside. That is brilliant to see. He doesn't back out the move, but then he does kind of back out the move, which is slightly disappointing to see. And as I mentioned before, it's not like I haven't really seen the AI as bad as this, really. They did look a lot better on some of the previous videos, but let's hope if we can get a bit more racing done with them, they will, perform a bit to a higher standard, especially considering Bottas is in the faster car. We're on expert difficulty for anyone wondering. That's the second hard difficulty. Sorry, we're exceeding the track limits there, and as we are, we rightfully get a warning for that. But yeah, we're on expert AI difficulty for my championship season mode with Sergio Perez. I haven't quite decided what difficulty I'll be doing it on. It will kind of just depend on these first few kind of test races to decide where I'm at. Should be a really, really good career mode. I can't wait for that. We're going to be having some really unique stuff and some things that are going to make the career mode very interesting. And something that wouldn't have been able to done on the previous games thanks to these new replay cameras, which I'm going to be using to their full effect. And then we go down the inside then of Daniel Ricciardo, although he's still hanging around there, the smiling assassin. But it seems we managed to disarm him there, and we're up into 6th place. I doubt he'll be smiling under that helmet. And our next target then, it's Sebastian Vettel next to DRS, and we're using DRS for the first time on this game. As of course you can see the newly redesigned hood looking very, very nice indeed. Like I mentioned before, the graphics of this game just looks superb. It's very, very crisp and not quite 1080 not being fully optimised, this game for the Xbox One. it runs a lot better on the PS4 and PC, but really it's not noticeable, especially if you're like me and you're only driving on kind of what is it, an 18, 22-inch screen, so not a massive problem for me. If anyone who has kind of big kind of rigs, F1 rigs set up with massive TVs and kind of all these steering wheels and proper racing chairs, then maybe you're going to want to get it on the PS4 if you have a choice, of course, or PC. But still, it looks fantastic on the Xbox One. I can definitely report that. Can't really say too much about the handling at this stage or indeed the overall game, but it's looking pretty promising at the moment. I'm having a lot of fun, but of course it's only the first race, so I can't really say. Anyway, we got the DRS on Sebastian Vettel, and you can see there Kimi Raikkonen making a move on Felipe Massa. That looked pretty hairy to me. And look, we've gone down the inside of Sebastian Vettel. He left the door open and we just went for it, but he's managing to keep it. Is he on the inside? No, he's just backed out of that move. Slightly disappointing to see, but something that's definitely not disappointing to see is the two AIs of Raikkonen and Massa fighting out ahead, and it looks like Massa got a problem. He seems to be going really slow now. It doesn't look like he has from first look, but yeah. Can we nick a podium then on the final corner? We do hit Raikkonen a bit there. We'll try and make this move as clean as possible if we actually are going to make the move. I'm going to come across the line then to take a podium with Carlos Sainz Jr. Expert difficulty, and the second hardest in the game, and I did pretty well there, I've got to say, so maybe the AI difficulty is probably a bit too easy if I'm doing that on expert AI difficulty, or maybe I'm just really good at the game, who knows. And anyway, you can see there Carlos Sainz Jr. on the podium. His face does actually look pretty good compared to real life, and got the correct cap as well there for Toro Rosso, which is nice to see. Lewis Hamilton there as well, looking pretty good. Nico Rosberg looks slightly strange, but they look pretty accurate, and certainly if you go back and watch F106, F105, their kind of podium intros, they seem a lot better than them, so great to see from F1 2015, about time to be honest. And you can see as well this kind of new graphic, which is just a refreshing change from the previous F1 games. You can see our best lap time was pretty comparable to the Mercedes, with 2 seconds a lap quicker than the rest of the field, so I think we'll go away and maybe do another race on a higher difficulty, and you'll probably see that in my next video. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions about this game or any video requests you want me to do, or anything you want to see or know about the game, just let me know down in the comment section below. Anyway, see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. This has been my first video on F1 2015. Hope you have a great day. Goodbye.